Hello. Today's the 7th. Today's a good day. I weighed in 196 today. Ate a little bit too much yesterday, not gonna lie. And yeah, I was looking up some things. So I was looking up some things, right? And it's been popping up a lot recently. I don't want to be someone that, is known for only one thing, because I'm not at all knowledgeable in any shape or form about anything. So I don't want to, say follow this, do this, or like this is wrong, this is right. Like, I don't know. I've never been someone to hold my opinions or to put my opinions out there, per se. I was more so, like I said before, a chameleon. I kind of followed around. I didn't really have my own opinions, things of that sort. And now that I'm having my own opinions and doing my own things, I see a lot of things going on, and I'm like, damn, life's crazy. Like, some things that you would think are base knowledge aren't base knowledge to some people, and that's kind of ridiculous, especially coming from me. I'm nobody. I'm only in my mid-20s. I'm not educated. I've never read a book in my life. I've never, I wasn't someone that, really tried in school. Like, even when it came to Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I didn't even read those books. I was just like, skimmed them, got the base information, and then kind of skipped along, did the reading test, and that's kind of how I went through most of school. All of school, to be honest. And, it's kind of crazy how some things aren't seen as base knowledge. And by some things, I mean when it comes to more moral and ethical standpoints. If you catch my drift with everything that's going on with like the Epstein files and all that stuff, it's kind of hard not to talk about it. Like, I'm not at all someone in politics. Like, that's one thing myself. Like, I do want to learn more about it, but as of right now, I'm not at all educated in anything. I barely started, paying attention to everything when I would say when Charlie Kirk got assassinated. That was honestly the first political thing I had ever seen, to be fair. Like, I didn't really pay attention to most of it. The only things I really noticed before was like when Michelle Obama did the food stuff, the food stuff with like Nickelodeon and all that stuff. That was just because I was a kid, and obviously I watched Nickelodeon, so I saw that stuff. But on a political standpoint, that was the first thing genuinely that I was like, what the heck? And then seeing everyone just like either celebrating or wishing death on other people, and I'm like, why? Is this really what people think? And I know it's not, because it's social media and it puts the extreme out there, and that's just how algorithms work. It's putting the most extreme stuff in front of your face. So when it comes to the comment section, whenever it comes to videos, it's gonna give you the most extreme stuff. Like, that's just how the algorithms work. And it's kind of crazy that, that's what people think of. Oh, that's everyone. Like, just because that's what you see on social media, it's still a common thing where people are like, oh snap, I see these people doing this. I see this, a common thread in this social media post or these social media posts, and that's everybody. Like, not everyone's on social media. Like, I'm not on social media like that. And I barely started being on social media because I started seeing all this stuff. I used to be on social media a lot, and the past year I've been trying to kind of fall back on it. And it's obviously been failing because I've been seeing all this stuff. But I'm not on like Instagram, Facebook, none of that. Like, I don't do none of that. And I do want to in the future, but as of right now, I kind of stay away from that stuff. And, it's kind of difficult seeing all these things that are going on and not talking about it, because it's like, bro, we're the next up. We're the next people that are coming up to be adults. Like, I'd say 24, you're an adult, but you're not an adult. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're an adult when you're in your like 30s, you know? And then you get, you know, that's when you're, you know, an adult, you know, you got your stuff set, you know, you're organized, you're doing things, trying to improve yourself, starting families, things like that. You know, when you're in your 20s, you know, you're trying to figure stuff out and trying to build yourself. And, you know, that's seen as uncommon nowadays because of, you know, social media. You're seeing all these young kids posting and things like that, which they shouldn't be. That's one thing I will say. Is that, like, kids on social media, we should not be 12-year-olds dancing on TikTok and YouTube doing that stuff. That's nasty. There's creeps out here. And it's like, you know, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy seeing things like that and seeing everything going on and I'm not speaking about any of that, you know. And it's more so because from my perspective, I see it more so the internet's still a very new thing, which is kind of ridiculous. Not very new, but, you know, it's relatively new. Like 30 years, like 40 years, is it 30 years? 30-something years? 30-something years, right? 30-something years, the internet's been around, right? And it's like, bro, that's still new. There's these people that are 40, 50 years old that still don't know what the internet is and barely figuring out how to share posts. And it's like, but these are the people in power that are trying to, like, you know, turn off all these social media platforms and controlling these social media platforms. And it's like, you know, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to let that fall apart, especially when all of us younger people got no power. You know what I mean? All the older people got all the money, all the power, and it's kind of difficult for us younger people to be able to, you know, have our voices out there. And I feel like that's what social media is for. And it's like, it's kind of crazy how everything's going, you know what I mean? If things don't change, if things change the way everything's going in the next year, things are going to get crazy. Things are going to get crazy. It's kind of, things are going to go downhill real fast. Things are going to go downhill real fast. Got to make sure voices are made. Voices are heard. Which is why I want to learn more and I want to do more things. And I want to be out there more and talk to more people and hear what people have to say. And it's just kind of ridiculous. Like, how does someone that never read a book, never really tried in school, never did anything crazy, was always unhealthy, be able to think the way I do? And it's uncommon. And I'm not at all putting myself on a pedestal because I know nothing. Like, I'm not anybody special. I do nothing, as my name says. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing crazy. So, this person just parked next to me all crooked. But we're going to ignore that. And, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't know what else to say, to be fair. It's just been on my mind so much the past couple months. I've been having trouble sleeping and everything like that. And it's like, I don't want to be known as one of those people that, you know, does these type of things where I'm, you know, being all pessimistic and kind of talking about information that I have no knowledge on or that I got no time on. You know, they say the wisest people are the oldest, you know, because they've had more experience. And it's like, that's true. But then there's also some people that are older than you and did nothing with that time. And they're no wiser than you. So, yeah. I want to be able to talk more about things that I care about. And before all this goes away, if it all goes away. But, yeah. I want to be able to talk more. / look good. All right. I'll see y'all.